كل مرة بتروحها بضفة بتعرف إنه الوضع عم بيصير أسوأ وأسوأ وأسوأ. في over 900 new checkpoint بداخل الضفة، و you just know إنه it's getting closer. The main responsibility for an artist to actually be able to translate الإحساس العام أو الإحساس الشخصي اللي بيمثل بطريقة أو أخرى الإحساس العام. اليوم إحنا عم نحكي عن عالم كامل بغزة اللي ما فيش معه مش بس المصاري يشتري فيها أكل، ما في أكل أصلا. Suddenly it feels إنه wait a second, I can literally move mountains. It's not because I'm that strong, it's only because I really believe in this. I really believe in art, and I really believe that this is my only voice. Even if I get locked in, or even if I die tomorrow, I would be so fulfilled because I was able to literally keep myself alive through my projects.
Welcome to a very long-awaited episode of Quarter Tones. My name is Mikey Mhanna, and with me is Lina Makoul, the singer, Palestinian singer, who you probably know from her music, her Instagram, from everything. Lina, أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا وسهلا Mikey.
Okay, I want to start, obviously, I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. So we've been trying to record this episode for almost like 2 years, like a year and a half.
20
600
months.
days at least, because we started the episode, we started talking before October 2023, and we recorded like a week before October 7th. So there's an episode that exists on our Google Drive of us talking to each other for the first time, like from a different world. And we've tried to record this again a couple of times, and every single time it doesn't work. And I think we figured out what the reason is just now, because هلا you're in Amman and it works perfectly.
أنا not in Akka.
And you're not in Akka. أول شيء كيفك؟
الحمد لله على كل شيء. الحمد لله على كل شيء. يعني طول ما أنا في تخت أنام عليه، وفي food in my fridge، ومي أشربها، مي نظيفة، وقاعدة يعني my biggest هموم هي أجي ألبس على بودكاست، فإحنا بقولش نعمل.
عن جد. How's your family? You know, like, what is daily life like in Akka these days?
يعني بتقدر تقول إنه from the outside it might look إنه كل شيء تمام. from the inside أفكر كل حدا يعني بفلسطين يعني ما أقدر أحكي بس بقطم الداخل بصراحة. في كتير خربشة، إنه زي في هيك بق كل الوقت وفيروس بالمخ بين الواقع اللي الواحد بيشوفه، اللي عارف إنه موجود، اللي عارف إنه جاي المستقبل، و it's like تعرف كيف ما الواحد مثلا ناس بتيجي بتحكي لك إنه as if يعني في نيزك بده يضرب الكرة الأرضية between 2025 and 2030. فبالأول أنت you lose it completely، بتموت خوف. أوكي بعد بيوم إنه أوكي we have to figure out what we're doing. Are we leaving this place? Are we staying? What are we gonna do? بعدين بمرق أسبوع nothing happens. بمرق شهر فالurgency بتصير أخف. بعدين بتقول okay maybe it will happen in 2030. فإنه let's just might as well يعني just live life as it is. I feel like this is exactly what it's like بالداخل. إنه you know إنه جايك الدور، لأنه كل مرة بتروحها بضفة بتعرف إنه الوضع عم بيصير أسوأ وأسوأ وأسوأ. الطلعة من الضفة كل مرة بتصير أسوأ. في over 900 new checkpoint بداخل الضفة، و you just know إنه it's getting closer. فحسب the pyramid of privileges اللي إحنا مقسمين كفلسطينية حسبها، اللي هو those who have most privilege is those in the diaspora، بعديها اللي بالداخل، بعديها اللي بالقدس الشرقية، بعديها بالضفة، وبعديها بغزة. فزي كأنه بتعرف إنه the hardest hit gets لغزة، بعدين الضفة، بعدين القدس، بعدين الداخل، بعدين diaspora.
Yeah. وبقلب الدياسبورا كمان those with passports and those with not passports.
بالضبط. واللي بقدم لجوء، واللي بس إنه it's obvious إذا الواحد بيعمل شوي zoom out وبيحط ال feelings على جنب وبيشوف إنه okay, why are we giving different privileges? You would clearly see a very clear picture, which is that we do not share the same problems, which means that maybe we will never have someone who would be representative of everyone's reality, which means إنه عم بيمنعونا to have common leadership that represents all of the people. But if we just stop looking at the privileges and how everyone is enjoying their privileges as regular people or as artists, or everyone is actually representing الفئة تاعتهن, the group of people that they come from, maybe we can find the similarities, and maybe just then we would have enough database to just understand how they scattered us and what we actually have in common, which is a lot.
Yeah. I want to go back to 2023 when we spoke. I remember so much of our conversation back then was about you sort of like reclaiming your voice and almost reclaiming your story. So for people who don't remember, like so much of your early part of your career was like, this is the one from the singing competition.
True.
And you're not supposed to speak a specific way. You're not supposed to say specific things. Does this feel like ancient history to you?
Oh yeah. it feels ancient history لدرجة إنه بتعرف كيف لما بتطلع على حالك لورا وبتحس cringe. I'm even past that, فاهم إنه it's that old. I'm proud to say that I've lived so many different lives as a person, as an artist, which means that I'm evolving, which means that I'm staying true and genuine to myself and للenvironment اللي حوالي. أنا بعرف إنه جمهورك بس كمان English speakers و Arab speakers, فأنا عم بعمل هيك زي combination between the two. لأنه بشوف الناس تحب تتنمر إنه ليش تحكوا كلمة بالعربي وعشرة بالإنجليزي as if بس that's why.
Yeah.
بس إنه آخر مرة حكينا سبتمبر 23.
مش آخر مرة، أول مرة.
لا مش أول مرة sorry. أول مرة قدرنا نسجل المقابلة كانت after I released فيش مصاري, which is المسج. عادة أنا كل أغنية عندي بكون في إلها رسالة اللي هو موضوع اللي كتير ماسك من مخي ومضايقني, ف I need to let it out, to release it out of my body, out of my brain, out of my system. فوقتها my main thing was to talk about what happens with independent Palestinian artists in Palestine, or how hard it is that to make a living out of it. But at the same time, why is it happening? I needed to make my own research, to read history books, to understand what was the connection between the Palestinian people, their culture, and the land. Then once the land was taken away, everything changed, everything collapsed. I realized okay, إحنا كشعب فلسطيني, our main income was from the land, as farmers, as people, as تجار اللي فلسطين كانت the second biggest exporter for oranges in the world after Spain, which is crazy to think if you think about it.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy that certain people try to erase the Palestinian identity from history books when we were that successful in something. People used to trade oranges with cars, with luxury cars, which is crazy. Suddenly when everything has been taken away, والسيادة اللي هن بشكل شخصي بعرف إنه كانوا يتاجروا بالدخان العربي وبالقمح وبالخضرة وبالزيتون, فلما بتاخد أراضي كتير منهن فجأة ما فيش عندن هذا المدخول, وفجأة لغة جديدة, فجأة ما فيش انتداب بريطاني اللي هن متعودين عليه, فجأة في حكم عسكري. everything changes. Suddenly you're not in a place where you see cultural let's call it إنه تغذية روحية اللي هي مبنية على الفن. You seek survival period. وكأحفاد أجدادنا this is something that we carry with us. وصرنا لمرحلة اللي هو مش بس تحت احتلال وإنما كمان تحت colonialism, وإمبرياليزم وكابيتاليزم. فإحنا فايتين بمحل اللي هو كتير westernized suddenly. وفجأة إحنا in order to express ourselves وهو we are we don't reach out to artists, we don't reach out to art that وهذا ال main responsibility for an artist to actually be able to translate الإحساس العام أو الإحساس الشخصي اللي بيمثل بطريقة أخرى الإحساس العام. بس we reach out to going out, to drinking, to eating, to buying crazy expensive cars that we can't afford. نسافر على كل محل وبس نتصور للإنستغرام ونورجي look at us lavish lives. ففيش مطاري كانت تحكي عن إنه making art under occupation and capitalism. في حق على occupation بس كمان في حق علينا. ومش عم بحاول أحط حق علينا إنه يعني زي كأنه إحنا المشكلة. No, it's in a way that في حق علينا which means by يعني the spectrum إنه إذا إحنا بهاي الجهة في حق علينا معناتها بهاي الجهة إحنا في عنا الإمكانية نغير. ففيش مصاري كانت توجيه لهذا المحل. وبعد الحرب بعد أكتوبر بطل فيه أياتها معنا لأنه ما فيش مصاري للفنان. لأنه اليوم إحنا عم نحكي عن عالم كامل بغزة اللي ما فيش معه مش بس المصاري يشتري فيها أكل، ما في أكل أصلا. that's why I felt إنه no, we can't release the episode that we recorded because it lost every meaning. وبنفعش أنا كفنانة اللي في إلي صوت أستخدمه بس للإشي اللي أنا عايشته as an artist. ومرقنا سنتين تبعت censorship اللي هي بعده it's still going. بس أفكر الخوف شوي صار أقل لأنه I feel like I tried to push the boundaries و understand إيش ممكن يحط حياتي وحياة عيلتي بخطر وإيش أقل. I tried through on mute بلا صوت إنه أعبر عن واحد الوضع اللي إحنا عايشينه والألم الداخلي والإحساس تبع إنه we're literally إنه we're shackled or we can't express what we feel because the brain can't even comprehend what we're feeling as human beings أولاً وبعدين as Palestinians. وتاني إشي إنه we're literally not allowed to speak up. So I was like, you know what, I'm not allowed to say anything, then I'm gonna sing it without saying a single word. And maybe that would even would have a greater impact لأنه it will translate everyone's souls, not everyone's minds. I'm glad that I did it. Look at us now talking about Rabia, which is a full cycle يعني full circle عم بيصير.
Before we get to some of the music, I'm curious, like, you've traveled the world, you've gone on tour the last year. I'm curious about what do you think Palestine means to people when you travel the world? And is it different than you thought? Is it different than what you thought Palestine meant to people?
Of course. لأنه I come from يعني my great awakening was in أحداث أيار in 21 and what happened in Sheikh Jarrah and it was like eye-opening completely. not just for me, for many people يعني بالداخل و many people كمان بالدياسبورا وبرية البلاد كأجانب. وأنا كنت بفترة اللي أنا كنت ب LA قبل ما تصير أحداث أيار when people would يعني hear Palestine they would say Pakistan and then خلال 2 weeks I realized there's a huge shift. When you say Palestine, people understood what Palestine meant or where it's located or what's happening. But on this tour, on Dira tour مع Saint Levant, we visited over 30 cities بالwest in كان North America وEurope وUK. I realized إنه for people Palestine is not even a place anymore. It's not even a humanitarian cause. It's something bigger. It's a representation for what's happening in the world, in the West specifically, that the whole world is suddenly a colonial project. The whole world is a capitalist project. We're all going through the same brainwashing in one way or another, and we're getting affected. يعني not the same, obviously, but everyone's end is going to be the same.
Yeah.
I felt like إنه فلسطين بطلت, it's not a place anymore. It's not a cause that is only represent, يعني it doesn't represent just a specific type of people. It's representing those who are seeing the world for what it is, and those who have the courage to open their eyes and look reality in the eye, or those who prefer to keep going in that lane where everything feels better off, and they don't want to challenge the system, they don't want to rock the ship, but they don't even want to admit that the ship is going to one direction.
Has it changed your relationship to your career and what
Palestine? My career.
No. To Palestine, like, has it changed how you feel about, your role in all this?
I realized one thing that I wasn't able to see before that. أول إشي as artists إنه suddenly as Palestinian artists people are listening for the first time. وكواحد اللي هي من الداخل كان كتير صعب علينا، كل حدا بالداخل it took us a minimum of 10 years to just be noticed outside of Palestine. For many reasons, which I don't want to get into, but for many reasons we worked for like 10 years until we get noticed. For the first time I felt like people actually are doing the research and they want to listen to what we have to say. Or they want to listen to what people in Palestine want to say. Be it in 48 borders, 67 borders, or Gaza. I realized my music isn't only representative of my people. Suddenly it's representative to everyone. I wrote a post about it a while back. I said I posted a video randomly of Fish Masari almost 2 years after its release. I wrote in the description one of the major executives in the music industry, when I played Fish Masari for him, he was like, I love that you write music for your people rather than about them, but why are you going to make music that resonates with everyone? And suddenly Fish Masari is resonating with everyone. Fish Masari starts with نزل راسك، مش رح ترفع كاسك، رح تعلن إشلاسك، منهدد من خوفك أنت وكل أصحابك، منسكت حسابك، منقيد أعمالك، شادو بان لبوستاتك وكل ستوريهاتك، منحقق مع عمك وأبوك وابن خالك، منمرقش ميزانية. suddenly everyone is going through this. Suddenly it's resonating with everyone.
Yeah.
I realized what's happening to me as an artist, as a human being, as someone who's located in the Middle East, it's happening to everyone, but nobody knew that it was happening to everyone. And now we know.
Yeah. It's like this idea that Palestine teaches you life, that Palestine teaches you love, Palestine teaches you this idea, like the idea of engaging with what's happening in Palestine actually opens your eyes. Oh, this is what's happening. This is what's happening through imperialism. This is what's happening through capitalism. This is this massive project that we're all living in. It's easy to like not know that you're in the matrix until you start focusing on this one thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm in the matrix too.
Yes, everyone is. And then we realize that it's not about Palestine. It's about the West. It's about the biggest colonies in the world, which are the UK and the US, trying to just take over certain parts of the world because there's a bigger war between China and them, So suddenly when you realize this, you just realize that, oh, okay, so the whole democracy idea, it's just fiction. And everything we thought that we're able and capable of doing is fiction. And as human beings, we don't have any power. We're enslaved. As long as we keep doing what we do and living in this system, we're enslaved. And there's nothing we can do about it.
I want to play some of Fish Masari. Let me pull it up.
نزل راسك، مش رح ترفع كاسك، رح تعلن إفلاسك، منهدد من خوفك انت وكل اصحابك، منسكت حسابك، منقيد اعمالك، شادو بان لبوستاتك وكل ستورياتك، منحقق مع عمك وابوك وابن خالك، منمرقش ميزانية، منمرق سلاح الصينية، منفرق من عنصر الحرب. هاي نفسية تفكرها أهلية تفكرها دينية، بتفرق بتعنصر بنفسك بتفكرني ديمقراطية، بتفرق بتعنصر بنفسك بتفكرني ديمقراطية. أيوة يلا كله عيني على الكاميرات، ما في بجيابنا شكلين، لمين أصلا كل الاستعراض، عايش الفخامة على دين، كلنا منعد بعبارات، ولا حدا فينا بيكتب كلمتين، ودي لما الدنيا ماشي ترلالا، دي لما الدنيا ضيق يا ربي ليه. ما فيش مصاري، 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 ما فيش مصاري. الفن بيغذي الملايين بس ما بيطعمي خبز، روحي العاشق والحزين بس روحي أنا طز.
Okay, when you're playing this idea of make music for everybody, okay? Who is the everyone that this guy, whoever told you, that is thinking about? Like, is this... I wonder, I really wonder, like, if you're playing this in Chicago, right? Or you're playing this in Brussels, or you're playing this in Amman. Do people get it?
Usually my crowd gets it.
Yeah.
Because it's a very specific type of crowd.
صح.
But if you go on social media and you look at the videos that I've been posting about fish masari that's been going viral, people they don't understand what I'm talking about. To them, it's مقترحات الكيبورد.
It's like trending audio for
It's مقترحات الكيبورد. Everyone's making fun of it. They have no idea what I'm talking about. To them, it doesn't resonate. But no, sometimes it's so laughable just to see what the people think about fish masari. I'm like, if you would only listen.
Yeah.
But it's okay. People, I think only people in Palestine got it when it was first released.
Yeah.
It definitely resonated with them. Oh, when it got a bit bigger before the war, it started to go viral on TikTok and stuff, but people from outside of Palestine, they had no idea what I was talking about. So to them, it was just like, شو هالهبل هاد. وبعدين now when it's resurf عم ترجع السيرفس جزء من الناس عم بتقول what؟ في Lebanese director كتبت لي إنه this was made in 2023 وقلت لها it was written in 2021. She's like, this is crazy. Suddenly people resonate with it. كمان أجانب. Suddenly it's going viral on TikTok وأجانب عم بيحكوا إنه wow. وناس عم تفكر إنه it's a new song.
Yeah.
وأنا like, no, it's not. للأسف.
Yeah. I want to ask about like the actual production of it, because if it wasn't clear earlier when we were talking about not being able to record, part of it is that it's like even doing a online virtual podcast interview when you're based in Akka, there's so much censorship, there's so much stopping you from this type of creative production, this type of cultural production, literally muting you, trying to mute you. So like how and where did you record this video clip?
There.
How?
All of my videos, it's really important to me to just collaborate with other Palestinian creatives, because I believe إنه إذا ما فيش مصاري it's something that هالقد إيش عم بيأثر علي كفنانة، it would be رح يكون كتير موجهة من ناحيتي إنه أنا أكون بس تعرف شو إنه ما فيش مصاري، فأنا رح أروح على حالي، رح يكلفني شوي هقال، وإذا أنا بعمل مصاري بريت البلد فمش رح أرجعها على البلد.
مش قصدي هيك، بس إنه literally like from a security standpoint and an actual ability standpoint, how are you pulling this off?
we have we live in two parallel universes بفلسطين. So we have our own spaces, we have our own creatives, we have our own everything. We just don't have an industry or an infrastructure for an industry. Oh, I think that this is something that I'm just realizing through Radia, that when you believe in something and you have a very clear vision about something, it literally attract people who think the same way and who see life the same way and want to create the same way. Oh, it can actually move mountains, because Radia was shot in 3 different countries with 3 different crews. Oh, as an independent artist who's also responsible for her creative direction, directing my music videos, funding them, producing them, styling my image, or just coming with the whole concept of the whole project, suddenly it feels wait a second, I can literally move mountains. It's not because I'm that strong, it's only because I really believe in this. Or I really believe in art, and I really believe that this is my only voice. Or it's so much bigger than me that it gives me this feeling that even if I get locked in or even if I die tomorrow, I would be so fulfilled because I was able to literally keep myself alive through my projects.
Yeah.
Or my messages alive. Or it's a proof of concept that, that's what I'm trying to do through my music, through my projects. At the moment, I don't want to sign with a label. I don't want label money. I don't want to be enslaved through the system, because I'm trying to prove that we can make this happen, and we can make success happen through genuine art and through creative collaborations. And suddenly, it's been attracting people who have artistic souls, who have activist souls, people who don't want to be part of the corporates that they work in. Or they feel like, you know what, maybe this is possible. Or instead of me trying before the war to just shine as bright as a sun while burning myself, I realized that I might as well be just manara. And this small light can shine through other people, and they can be their own manaras, and then we can create just light as big as a sun eventually, without burning ourselves.
Yeah. Who are those other people? Like usually, like independent. When you're describing this, if I were speaking to people who are only familiar with like American culture, it sounds like the birth of jazz. Like it sounds like the birth of hip hop, where it's like a group of people who are systematically disenfranchised and systematically taken out of the economy, taken out of broader society, who are basically have to, as a means of expression, build a whole new language and a whole new art form just to be able to tell their story, right? And they have to do it in basements, and they have to do it in a completely parallel industry. Basically, this is what you're describing. But it's usually a community. There's a whole infrastructure. And so who are some of those people that you're like, yeah, I'm independent, but I'm actually interdependent?
Yes, I'm community dependent.
Yeah. So who's
That's
in
exactly
that
what I
community?
am. So the community, the OG one is the one in Palestine. And my main guy is Ashraf Douani, who's a crazy cinematographer. He does cinema, but I've been shooting all my videos with him, and he's been helping out with perfecting my directing abilities and capabilities. My makeup artist, he was my Amal, but she calls herself Boogie. Or Boogie, with her, it's just, she gives a sense of peace every time I'm going crazy. ومع بعض we're able to create الvision of how I look. So I come up to her مع ال Pinterest mood boards تبعتي in styling. She's like, maybe let's do this, maybe let's do that, maybe we can add a touch of this and a touch of that. I've been with her since 2019, I believe. الشباب اللي معنا بالإضاءة والكاميرا أسيستنت، مصعب ومحمد وحمودي، فهني كمان they're with us in every shoot. My friend Aida Qa'dan, who's a director, journalist writer, فشي's been يعني someone I would casually brainstorm with. وبعدين في الناس اللي تعرفت عليهن in the past 2 years اللي هن diaspora. people like people who actually build communities. Lina Makoul, who's built between East in LA and she's been expanding everywhere. Sarah Bahbah, director, artist, writer. People I've been working with من ناحية music on my latest project. عمرو الشوملي, no one, that's how he calls himself, بعمان. I've been having يعني key people in every city اللي هني creators, اللي هني they believe in the creative and artistic side of this business rather than the numbers and the business itself as a business. I've found that these are my people. ويعني براضية the choreographer جوانا سامية اللي هي لبنانية بس she's Berlin born and raised choreographer. She's done lots of really big stuff. She's worked with Naomi Campbell, she worked with Jason Derulo, she was يعني تعمل campaigns لنايكي ولأديداس ولا whoever يعني بدك. Suddenly we were able to create راضية. She just understood exactly what's the feeling that I want every viewer to watch. يعني if they understood anything about art and dance, and if they didn't, they would feel the same exact thing. She collaborated with her friend اللي قدم لجوء ببرلين, another amazing choreographer dancer, Anthony Nakli, اللي هو من لبنان, من بيروت. Suddenly it's just getting bigger and bigger. وفجأة we have an amazing producer اللي هو من مصر عايش ببرلين, و he's like, you know what, let's do it, I'm all in. بعدين في عمر زكي اللي هو DP اللي كان معنا ببرلين. فإنه everyone is just adding their piece of puzzle to make this incredible work of community. Suddenly I am independent technically in the terms of the industry, but I'm community dependent as project.
Yeah.
I have other people who are يعني internationals اللي هني من الأمريكان music scene. يعني في كريس اللي on the mixing ورويري on the mastering اللي هني بيعملوا big stuff. هني Grammy winning engineers لبيلي ايليش, لانا ديل ري, كندريك لامار. they were like, we want to support this project. بعدين في عندك حدا اللي يعمل editing, واحد اللي هي Paris based, she's French. She's like, I really want to support this project. Suddenly it's everywhere. It feels amazing لأنه it's giving hope إنه despite the censorship, despite the hardships, despite كل الحدود الفيزيكال والمنتال اللي محطوطة لما بنكون بالبلد, suddenly you feel like there is hope outside. It's not everything evolves and revolves أو around the system. We can make an ecosystem of our own, which is the natural or organic way to do things. Suddenly we're going back to that.
I love it. This is amazing. I love that you mentioned all these people.
وفي كمان I don't want anyone to just يعني بدي أحكي كمان عن نور أبو كمال, who's a colorist based in Palestine. بدي أحكي عن عبد الله سعدة, who's another editor من عمان اللي اشتغل على الفيديو اللي قبل. فإنه it's amazing getting this support. لأنه people when they see my music videos, they're like, how do you even pay for this? إنه this should cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, I have my community. I have Eli, my friend who does VFX. He's a VFX artist. But he just does it for me, you know, because he believes in this project and he wants to be part of something that represents him as well.
Yeah.
So suddenly we're creating something that represents us. وإذا كان representing Palestinian artists و creatives now it's representing the woke creative community.
Yeah.
The global creative community.
I'm curious about the other artists, Kamin, that, because I mean, people can lean on each other for sure, and everybody depends on each other. But there's like the experience of going through the process of an artist, is unique in a specific way, right? Of trying to hone your message, figure out how do I find all these people? How do I navigate the press? How do I navigate the media? How do I navigate social media? How do I time things properly? How do I figure out, am I doing too much online? Am I not doing enough online? Should I be touring a lot? Should I be holding back and publishing? Should I be writing? Should I, there's a ton of questions. Like, should I talk about other things besides only Palestine? Should I write a bunch of love songs? Should I sing in, should I do like Egyptian songs? And what should I do? Should I be singing Khaliji? What should I be doing? Should I like being like more pan-Arab? Like, there's a bunch of questions, and there's no right answers, and there's no wrong answers.
True.
Who do you speak to? How do you do it?
طيب it's very confusing بالأول.
Yeah.
لأنه يعني طبيعة الحال الواحد يروح يعني some people who already have been doing this.
Yeah.
And you just try to break down how they did it, and you either go من بعيد. You either go that way, you try to imitate what they did step by step, أو توصل لمرحلة اللي هي أنا وصلتها من بعد كم من سنة اللي I'm trying to do it in the commercial way, through labels, through all of that. And you know what? It's not worth it, because music is one of the dirtiest, most hardest industries in the universe. Or if I'm dedicating my life to doing it, then there's no way that it's going to enslave me. If it was going to enslave, if I wanted to be enslaved, I would have a job from 9 to 5, no offense to anyone, 9 to 5, I would know exactly how much money I would be making, how much money I would be saving, how much money I would be, I would feel safety in a sense.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to give up all that safety, then there is no way that I'm giving up the sense of self that I have. There's no way I'm giving up.
I understand this very well.
You know it, because look at you, you went ahead with an idea that you had, and you just made it and called it afikra.
صح. With the community. Yes, sadly, no makeup artists. That's unfortunately.
But you should consider having hairstylists.
والله والله.
You should consider. But anyway, you can do what can get you instant success.
Yeah.
You can't do it. We all know what we have to do. But if you want to rely on community, and you want to pave the way for the right energy to join your energy, the best spiritual advice I ever received was flow and trust. Because if things end up not happening for you, it's mainly because you're not letting them happen. But when you flow, you let go of all the fears, you let go of all the obstacles that you create for yourself, or that the world creates for you, but you give them legitimacy to exist. When you trust, it's kind of to manifest in a way. Then you're trusting that everything is going to work out one way or another. Maybe not as you imagined it would, but eventually it would work out in your favor. Or when you do that, or when you dedicate your art to express who you are and heal, eventually you will attract the people who are in the same spiritual journey, in the same healing journey, in the same creation journey as you are. Because they will see you for who you are, because you're genuinely representing yourself. Oh, it's actually nice to just have your professional يعني evolution documented online. You can go and watch my first ever directed music video and then watch Radia and be like, oh, like she improved so well in 5 years without having the means. يعني now, the more I perform, the more money I earn as an artist, it all goes to my production. That's how I do it. But people have been feeling inspired about this, and suddenly I get asked from people in the community who are not artists, who have 9-to-5 jobs, and they're like, we want to help funding your next music video. How can we do it? Amazing. We have this amount, which is symbolic, but we really want you to use it. Oh, suddenly this whole ecosystem is happening by itself. And it's heartwarming because I didn't intend to do it like that. I didn't know it's going to happen like that. I just knew that I want to represent who I am.
Amazing. Okay, I want to watch Radia. Hold on.
It became my favorite by far.
لكل إشي صغير وكبير أنا حملي عكتفي كتير أنا هش ما تحكيش لو معي ملايين لو قلبي مش حزين لو شعبي مش رهين لو كانك شو بيزين كنت بطير بالسماء هل كان لي موسيقى دواء هل كان لي طموحي علا هل كنت بضلني أنا راضية شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار أنا راضية شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار أنا راضية شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار أنا راضية.
I love the choreography.
It's amazing. I want to give a shout out to all the dancers who also they supported this whole music video. They flew in from Beirut, from Dubai, from London, from Paris, from everywhere on their own expense. And they supported this music video. So this music video means so much to me. Anjad, it's a living proof that no matter what happens, خلاص. Humanity still has its core. I don't even know how to express this, but humanity still exists. And for a very long time, since October 23, I wasn't able to get my belief back in humanity. خلاص. To me, the expression humanity ceased to exist. Oh, suddenly, no, we're just reframing what humanity means and refinding out how we can express our humanity. وكل حدا عم بلاقي طريقته الخاصة فيه. It's a beautiful thing to experience, to witness, or to be part of. لأنه that day in Berlin, it was freezing, as you can imagine. وإحنا عم نصور in a parking lot on the 8th level. فيش حوالينا عمارات عن جد. It's so cold. We were like 30 people on set. when we wrapped the music video, people were like, wow, we didn't feel like we've been working for 12 hours. It's insane. Oh, the magic that we felt in creating this. I really hope that people, when they watch it, they get this sense of magic that we put in. لأنه راضية يعني this hymn, this chorus, أنا راضية شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار. This is what I kept repeating to myself since October. Repeating constantly, no matter what happened with me, where I was in the world, I was like أنا راضية شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار. Oh, that's what the whole song is about. I just wanted to take every listener and viewer to my healing journey. And if it's working for me, then it's definitely going to work for other people. Yes, it sucks when I look at like how it's doing online and how my Instagram is doing online, and that I'm not able to post half of the week because Instagram just won't let me. If my followers are not even, my posts are not even reaching my followers. بس I keep going back to that. بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار. شو ما صار فيا بعرفني محمية بنهاية النهار. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything has a divine timing. Or if I don't believe in that, then what am I doing?
Yeah, so I have a question about this. First of all, I just want to get to the point of this idea that the dancers are flying in on their own expense, right?
Yeah.
This is, in many ways, this is like a revolutionary idea. And when you were talking at the beginning, idea of sort of like pushing back against imperialism, but in this case, pushing back against capitalism. And no, we are, as a community, going to make this art. We are going to say this,
Yes.
And it's not about money.
Yes, that art is about, I am so sick of having middlemen between the artist and the people who love what he has to give. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense that people have ownership over your name, over your face, over your thoughts, over your creation. It doesn't make any sense. And what I'm trying to do through this, there's an EP in the making, and Radia is the first release out of it. And the EP is called Radical. And this is me reclaiming the word that I've been described in for so many years. As a personal, as a woman, when I went to school, I was never let out of the class. I was that good of a student that you just have no, I'm not a rebel. But suddenly being described as a radical, as someone who has radical opinions, as someone who's moved from hate and from, I don't know. And to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use it. I'm going to reclaim it because I'm a radical artist. I'm a radical thinker. I'm a radical lover. I'm a radical, I want to feel radically. I want to feel everything in the spectrum of feeling, and I'm going to own it. And I'm going to be present when I feel sad, when I feel broken, when I feel helpless, when I feel happy, when I feel successful, when I feel driven, when I feel creative. What I'm trying to do through this EP is, one of the things that I'm doing, I have the first two shows. Okay, so I made 3 acts. Act 1 is called Al Majlis, which is pre-release, which is going to big cities in the world and making small gatherings of 200 people and make it a community event. In which sense? It's still a show, it's still me on the stage, but I'm inviting creatives from this city, sending them parts of the new songs to learn, and then they get on stage and we create something new. And every song has, let's say, the LA version of Radia, the New York version of On Mute. And I've been reaching out to other creatives that have nothing to do with music. This is one of the prototypes that I've been working on. This has Radia, and it's an earring. And I've been collaborating with a Palestinian jewelry designer. Her name is Ghadir Slayeh. And we've been trying to make like a Radia limited collection that can range, and the prices can range from low price to a more expensive price. And how are we doing it? We're just trying to, I'm not going to reveal all of it, but it's in a way that you can have like 6 variations of how to wear the pieces. And then you can buy just the smallest one, and then you can buy the whole set. Or like 2 parts, 3 parts, or 5 parts. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to create like limited edition pieces in every city with local artists in that city, mainly Arabs, because I want to shed light on what they do as well. I want to be the thread that connects. I want people to feel like we are creating something different. It's not about Lina coming and performing in the traditional way, having her own merch printed in China, and we get to support her by that, and that's it. No, I want people to feel like the light that's being shed on me, thanks to them, because they are the ones who are buying the tickets, they are the ones who are getting babysitters, they are the ones who are getting to the location, to the venue to watch me and have like 4 hours of their lives just free, just for me. I want them to feel that it's not just for me. It's not, I'm against individualism. That's what the West is all about. I'm pro-community. I'm pro-creating an infrastructure that, يعني كيف بنقول بالعربي أرض خصبة. That's what I want. أرض خصبة for everyone to just have their seeds and grow their own garden. And then we can all enjoy the food that's organically been يعني planted by us.
Yeah.
By us, for us, minna وفينا. Oh, I think it can translate into so many different forms, and that's how you just kind of break the cycle of capitalism. I'm not going, yani, through Radia, my main slogan was that light cannot exist without darkness. And we cannot eradicate darkness because we need it in order to exist. I'm not going to play the system's game because it's too powerful and it's not built for me to actually be able to stop it from happening. But I'm so happy that as a human being and as a free thinker and as a liberated soul, I can actually create a universe of my own that has nothing to do with capitalism, but we can just use what capitalism made, which is money, and make it in between us. خلاص. That's the circle that we're going to create. We just, instead of having a bank just giving each and every one some money and then they get to keep all the money, why don't we do it?
Amazing, Nina. I want to ask you one last question before we wrap up. One of the things that happened over the last year, and I asked you about this briefly, was going on tour with Saint Levant across these 30 different cities. You very kindly sent me a clip of, I want to play a little bit, and then I want to ask about the feeling. Let's play a little bit of this. Before we play it, tell me or tell us when this was recorded, where you were, all that stuff.
So this one is in Brussels, and this was my favorite show, favorite show on tour. I don't know, it just charged me in so many levels. And it was, I think like 3 shows before the last one on the European leg. And we had I think after this one, we only had 12 shows left.
So who was on tour? Who was actually coming on stage? Tell me about what it actually means to go on tour.
We were all on a tour bus. Me, Marwan, Saint Levant, and all the musicians, the amazing band, and the technicians, and the tour manager. Well, that was it. We were 12 people, 11 men, and me. يعني in theory it's really hard, but they made it so easy. And I felt so respected, and I felt so يعني after every show they would stay on the first level of the tour bus. They would go play FIFA, all of the boys, and I would get the second level just for myself. They gave me the privacy that I needed as a woman. Yeah. And it was a great experience. We toured the world for 3 months. People who are really passionate about what they do, really passionate about the cause. It just felt like a little family, a little group of friends, really good friends that are just doing what they love.
Yeah. How did it change you as a recording artist to actually be on such large stages? Because like you joke, like when you record something, you listen to it in the car, you listen to it on an iPhone, you listen to it in headphones, you listen to it in computer speakers, but very few people have the opportunity to listen to it in front of 1,000 people.
It actually did change my songwriting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because it made me realize that when you sing in front of people who don't necessarily understand Arabic or speak Arabic or consume Arabic music, you have to give them something to rely on and to sing along to, even if they have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
And you realize that people love certain things and people love the instrumental parts of the song.
People want to sing bamboleo. They want that word.
Yes. Or you know?
100%. إنه you want to say bamboleo. They want to do that part.
You want to be part of the party.
Yeah, أكيد.
Yes. It changes you as an artist, as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Or as a musical producer. Or it also يعني takes you. This tour actually rewired my brain in so many ways. Then for the first time, I was doing what every artist should be living, you know? Well, I've been doing this for so many years, and that was the first time where I'm actually singing to an audience that gets me. And when it's so easy to just move around and just be in places, and which I never experienced before. And suddenly just living this normal artist life, it was game changing for me. And you just want the audience, because obviously not everybody knew who I was when I was performing. So I felt like I was auditioning every single show and trying to recruit new audiences. And I was so happy that it came out, that my music is representing my life story, because people got to know exactly who I am as a person and an artist through my set. Because I talk a little before every song. As you can tell, I talk a lot. So they were able to actually become part of my journey, even though it was for a few minutes. So yeah, it certainly changed how I perceive music and making music.
Amazing. I want to play a little bit of this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Palestine. Told me she could meet me up in London. She love me cause I came from the solar. أيوة came from the solar. كيف بصوا الله ولك فلسطين عزيزاني وبنت بلادي عجباني فضلكم احكوا مش سامع كنت راباني ولك كنت راباني ابو زلطة ولك كنت راباني ابو زلطة Somebody tell Bella Hadid come off too strong, بس الأصل فلاحي I'm planting the seed. يا عيني I can get you what you need, but I hate it when it takes for greed. Do you miss me or did you leave, baby? Came from hustle and love. Came from hustle and love. Came from hustle and love. ولك فلسطين عزيزاني وبنت بلادي عجباني فضلكم احكوا مش سامع كنت راباني وزلطة
Amazing.
Such good times. Such good times.
I have a really basic question.
Yeah.
What did working with Marouane and Saint Levant teach you about the responsibility of fame?
He actually, he's much younger than me. I think he's 7 or 8 years younger than me.
Yeah.
He actually taught me many things. He's a great manifester. He's someone who doesn't get confused. He knows what feels aligned and what doesn't. He has a very clear vision. He's a hardworking person. He works 24/7. He's a great businessman. The inspiration that I got from him is so big that I really hope that every artist who gets to spend some time with him would actually watch him and see him for how and what he is, because he does it and he's very inspiring in how he does it. When it comes to fame, he is surrounded by people who really care about him keeping his legs on earth. And although he's very young, he cares about navigating this in between fame and just staying humble and knowing his place as a human being first before an artist. So yeah.
It's interesting. It's like, because as somebody who has like an activist thread and like a radical a tendency to trying to think radically, like thinking outside the box, right? The more, in some ways, it's like the more successful you are, the more people know you, right? Mm-hmm. And the more people know you, in some ways, like the bigger the room, the bigger the stadium, the less nuanced the message can be, right? In some ways, right? You got to give them a hook to sing, right? And the bigger the larger number of followers and all that stuff, I feel like there's a tendency, or maybe just the dynamics, like the physics of fame, is that it's like so hard to stay nuanced. It's so hard to stay true. Some people do it. Clearly, some people do it. But I don't know how they do it. And that's what I'm wondering, like, to be able to say, I'm going to figure out a way to use my platform, even though people may just see the sex appeal or just see the hook. But like, how can I actually stay true to myself? There's a way to do it. I don't know how to do it. I haven't had to know how to do it, but I wonder how to do it. That's why I'm asking, because I think Marwan is figuring it out. When I min ba'id, I'm looking at him and I'm like, I think he's figuring this out.
Yeah, organically he is.
Yeah.
He's perfecting his craft artistically or marketing wise or image wise or what he says and how he says it. Or he's able to, يعني, I think because he lived most of his life in Amman, between Amman and Marseille, and he grew up in a family that's very versatile. يعني أبوه من غزة، أمه من الجزائر، أهله تعرفوا بالجزائر، أمه نص فرنسية نص جزائرية، أبوه نص فلسطيني نص صربي. فإنه he's lived in so many different and versatile worlds. He got different points of view. He grew up differently than how me and you grew up. يعني أنت فل لبناني، أهل لبنانيين ببيروت، أنا أهلي 2 فلسطينيين بفلسطين. we are shaped differently. ما كانش في عنا سيد وست اللي نطلع لعندهن بمرسي ونقضي summer in مرسي ونحكي مع إمنا بالعربي وبالفرنسي وبالإنجليزي you know. I think his whole being is so special. The way he expresses himself is so genuine to who he is that people are so drawn to it. لأنه كتير ناس زيه عايشة نفس الحياة بس برا. إحنا شو كتير متعودين إنه نكون هالقد versatile من ناحية الريسز اللي مختلطة فينا. بس برا كل العالم العربي، كل الناس اللي قدمت لجوء بأمريكا بفرنسا باليوكي بكل محل، كل هاي ناس اللي هن first و second generations اللي هن خلقوا هناك بيفكروا زيه لمروان، بيفكروا بالعربي وبالفرنسي وبالإنجليزي. وكتير سمعتها إنه بيقولوا إنه his songs they're like massage to our brain، لأنه بيغني بطريقة اللي إحنا بنفكر فيها. It works perfectly. He has an amazing taste. He knows how he's a really good يعني he has A&R A&R هو الحدا اللي بالليبلز بالعادي بيعرف يلبق موسيقى لفنانين لأفلام لأنه they just have هيك wider vision musically. he has that. He's really good at what he does. It shows. يعني عم بيقدر يكون الخط الواصل بين العرب والأجانب. He's opening doors for other artists. يعني لما الأجنبي بحس إنه okay, I love what Saint Laurent does. Now I want to explore what other Arab artists have to offer. Oh, that's where I want to be. I just want to be there when they are open to listening to music that's fully in Arabic, with our messages, with our stories. I don't know if I know how to do it like Marwan does, but I know that I can do it the way it represents me, how I grew up, how I got involved with the West, how the West affected me يعني while watching MTV when I was young, watching all the Western movies and series and how it shaped me and my taste. If everybody just does this work with themselves, I think we will have a beautiful representation of who we are.
Lina, I feel very privileged to have talked to you today, or to have been able to see the such hard work and dedication and intentionality that you put to what you're doing. So thanks so much.